get a new job. You guys want to like try something new, get your life back, stop working a 9 to 5, stop being somebody's lap. I mean, I'm not saying you lap dogs, but a company can just dispose of you whenever. They don't have to notify you or anything. Y'all want to stop doing that, right? This is how to go about stop doing that. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. All right, all right, all right. I'm on YouTube now, you guys. Remember, I am going to be breaking down government proposals and how to submit. So if you want to see my screen, I'm going to be searching. We're going to go over some solicitations and then the whole process. If you want to see my screen, you have to go over to my YouTube channel, The Proposal Pro Coach, and go watch it there. If not, then you can just stay on TikTok and you can just listen to me. All right, all right, all right. So let me post this. I will be share my screen. Let me see. I'm putting myself right there. Okay. I will be sharing my screen. We're going to be talking about everything. Okay. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Proposal Pro Academy, teaching government proposals and how to submit. Now, today we're going to talk about how to break down government proposals and how to submit, because you guys are asking questions about how do I go about submitting? How do I break down the proposals? What is government contracting? So I'm about to break it all down for you, okay? So that you can have a clear understanding of what it is, and it's maybe something you might want to get into. And once again, am live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to see my screen and what I'm doing, you can head over there and you can see everything that I'm doing, because I will be searching. Okay. I'm not going to be able to see myself. Let me see how I can do this. Okay. Yeah. I don't like that it's that small, but whatever. Okay. But you can go over there and see it. But let's get into it. All right. Government contracting. First of all, what is government contracting? It's the Proposal Pro Coach. It's the same thing as my YouTube. I mean, as my TikTok. The Proposal Pro Coach. Okay. You can head to over there, type in the Proposal Pro Coach. Hopefully, I'll pop up, and then you can just watch it there. Okay. All right. So, what is government contracting, and why should I care about it? Government contracting is where the government hosts goods and services that they need done, acquired, attained, attended, maintained, maintenance, whatever. They need it done. And so what they do is they're posted on their website, sam.gov, right? Sam.gov. And we as businesses go to sam.gov to go look up what we can provide to the federal government. Now, there are two types of government contractors. Okay, I want to make sure you guys know about this, all right? Because it's unclear to some people how this actually works, and I want you to understand fully how it works so you can decide how you want to pursue government contracting. So there is the side where you actually do the work. So you have a company, your company actually provides the good and or service. So if the government is asking for frisbees, your company is manufacturing or providing the frisbees from your company because you're a frisbee company or some junk like that. If the government is asking for HVAC services, your company is an HVAC company. So you're going to provide the service, you're going to provide the work. That's the government contracting part, right? And that's how most people know government contracting. They know, oh, a business gets a contract, they do the work, right? That's how it goes. But if you want to be able to get government contracts, but not have to physically do the work, there is another aspect of government contracting, and it's called federal concierge. That's what I am. Now, just disclaimer, federal concierge is a term, a name, a title I made up for my company, myself. And yes, I am going to get it patent or copyrighted or whatever, but you can still call yourself a federal concierge. I don't mind. But what a federal concierge is it actually is the person who connects the government to the person that's going to do the work. Because remember, I said as a government contractor, you can either do the work yourself or you can get somebody else to do it. right? And as a federal concierge, because think of what a concierge is. A concierge is a person that connects things, that gets things done. They set up things for people. They they do the damn thing, basically. Okay. So that's what a federal concierge is. Now, in the government aspect, it's the same thing. I go on sam.gov, I go look at what the government is looking for, and I provide it for them. Now, do I physically provide it? No, I don't provide the work because I don't set foot on not one site, not one uh building, but the work still gets done. Well, how does the work still get done if you're not actually physically doing it? Well, that's where the concierge part comes in. So I'm gonna go find somebody else to do it because y'all, there's like hundreds of thousands of businesses that actually does the work the government is asking for. But guess what? They're not registered in sam.gov. They don't even know about sam.gov. They never even heard about government contracting. But you have. So what I do is I present an opportunity for them to work on my contract. And they're going to say yes because who don't want a government contract? First of all, government contracts are reliable. They know the money is coming, right? Although, some people had some issues, whatever, but that's just because they didn't know how to submit invoices or they didn't know who to speak to because I get paid, okay? Even if there's problems, I still make sure I get paid. So you got to know how to work that out. But that's what I do, right? So I connect other businesses to my contracts. It's not their contracts. You're not a broker, as people like to say. You're not finding a contract for another company. No, you're not doing that. You are the contract holder, and you can look at it as they're like I wouldn't say employee, but they're like your partner. So you're the brains of the operation, right? And they're the bronze. So they do all the work and you do all the administration stuff, right? So that's what we do as a federal concierge. Now, depending on how you want to go about doing government contracting, you can be a government contractor where your company does the business, or you can be a federal concierge where you find other people to do the work and you still get paid. And you never have to set foot on site, and you get, you know, get paid monthly for not doing any of the physical work. Okay. So put in the comments what type of government contractor do you want to be? Do you want to be the government contractor? Put G GC if you want to be the person doing the work, or put G FC if you want to be a federal concierge. GC if you want to do the work. FC if you want to be the federal concierge where you find other people to do the work and you just manage the contract. Because both of them are good. Both of them are good. A federal concierge and a government contractor. But which one do you want to be? Do you want to be a GC or do you want to be a FC? Put in the comments, let me know. So that's how the government contracting part works, right? So the government posts a solicitation on sam.gov. We as small businesses, we look to see what we can provide and we provide the service. So I'm going to tell you how it works with both. So as a GC government contractor, you look at this, you break down the scope of work, you look at it, and then you price the scope of work based on how much you would charge the government. You submit what we call a bid or a proposal to the government, and then the government reviews it, sees if they like your price. And then if they like your price, they will award you the contract. And then once they award you the contract, then it's your responsibility to go to the facility or go to the place or wherever to do the work. Once you do the work, and you have to do the work first, guys, the government doesn't pay up front for everything. The only thing I know the government pays up front for maybe is construction. But the government don't be paying up front, y'all. The government uses a net 30. Only net 30s the government be working with. I've never heard the government pay up front. But so you can do the work. You do the work. After you finish the work, then you submit your invoice to the government. Then the government pays you, right? So you've picked what the government needed. You came out and did the work, and now you're getting paid. Now, as a federal concierge, we find what the government wants. We then go find someone in that area that the government needs to service, and we go ask them, hey, here is what I need, which is what the government needs, right? Here's what I need. How much do you charge for this? How much do you charge for this? They'll say, oh, we charge blah, 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 blah. You'll say, okay, thank you so much for that quote. And you'll call multiple businesses. You don't just call one. We try to get 3 quotes. That's the best out. That's the best option, the best outcome to get 3 quotes. Okay, guys. So you guys are doing this. Try to get 3 quotes if you can. Okay, so we get the quotes, right? Then we compare the quotes, which quote is best, whatever, whatever, whatever. Then, because we know we're not doing the physical work and they just quoted us, they're going to get paid, but then we have to get paid too. How do we get paid as a federal concierge? Once again, guys, let me know in the comments. Y'all know I like participation. If y'all don't participate, I'm going to get off. Okay? Let me know in the comments. Why do I threaten y'all all the time? Let me know in the comments if you want to be a government contractor, a GC, where you do the work, or a federal concierge, or FC, where you find somebody else to do the work. Okay, so we get the quotes. And now, once again, we know the person who's going to do the job is going to get paid, but we want to get paid too. So why, first of all, why do we get paid? Like, we're not doing the physical work, so why are we getting paid? Well, we're getting paid because we're managing the contract. We have the contract. We're going to manage the contract that we win. So that means we're going to be following up with people to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to be submitting invoices. We're going to be filling out paperwork, signing paperwork. We're going to be coordinating whatever we need to coordinate to get the job done. That's our portion. And who doing that for free? Not me. So I'm going to get paid. I want to get paid too. So when you get your quote as a federal concierge, you're going to decide, how much do I want to charge the government to manage this contract? And guess what, guys? This the beauty part of it. It can be anything you want. You know how, like, at your job right now, you're capped at a certain amount. You can't get a raise unless you work 2-3 years, or maybe you don't get a raise at all. Well, as a federal concierge, you decide how much you want to make. You decide what you're worth. You decide how much you're going to be charging to the federal government. So, what is the normal amount, right? There is none. There are certain type of bidders. There are 3 different type of bidders. This depending on the type of bidder you want to be is how much you're going to put on top. But there are certain type of bidders, so you decide how much your time, your effort, your services are worth. So if you think your services are worth $2,000 a month, then you put 2,000. You think they work 10,000, then you put 10. If you really like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and see, and you want to put $100,000 on top, then you put $100,000 on top. Now, will you win that? Probably not. Okay, don't be greedy, y'all. Don't be greedy. But you decide how much you want to make. That's the thing that people not realizing, right? They hear government contracting and they think government contractor, not federal concierge. And then they hear about federal concierge and they think, well, how am I gonna make my money? Like, how much am I supposed to charge? Baby, you can charge you can charge the government whatever you want. They got it. Oh, they got it. Okay. And they waste a lot of it a lot of times. So charge the government what you want. So once you decide how much you're going to charge the government, you're going to put that money on top, right? Put that in your quote, put that in the quote that you got, put it all together, and you're going to put it in what is called a proposal. Now, the government asks you to submit certain type of ways. Okay, and in a minute, we're going to go through the whole process, but I want to explain how the government contracting, breaking down the government contracting part works. The government is going to ask you to submit a certain type of either document, or send the quote a certain type of way, or fill out a certain form, or provide a certain um, documentation that they want to see. So whatever the government and this is the question people ask, well, what am I supposed to submit to the government? What do they want? How do I go about doing it? However the government tells you how to do it, that's how you're going to do it. Like if the government says submit me just a pricing sheet and a cover page, you're not going to submit a bunch of other stuff. Submit how they ask you to submit. Because a lot of people be overthinking it. Oh, I need to submit this. I need to submit that. I need to add this. I need to add this. And guess what, guys? There are people out here who are selling this. This drives me nuts. They are selling templates on proposals. They are literally, oh, my bad. Hold on, y'all. My bad. That was the wrong one. YouTube, my bad. They're literally selling proposals on how to submit. Hey, buy my book, my 30-page book. It'll give you all the forms, the proposals, the outlines that you need to submit to the government. I'm not saying it's a scam, but you don't need that stuff. Matter of fact, if you don't follow the instructions that the government is asking you on how to submit, you will be disqualified. So go ahead and add all that fancy stuff, the cover page, the fancy technical or the capability statement. Go ahead and add all of that in your proposal when they just ask you for a pricing sheet and see what happens. Now, some contract officers, they don't care, but some are really strict. And some are like, all I asked you was for a pricing sheet. Why are you sending me all this other stuff? So you don't need forms. You don't need templates. You need to follow the instructions the government is asking you to follow. That's all you need. That's how you submit. Follow the instructions, y'all. That's it. Okay? There are a place that has the instructions written out. You follow that to the T, and that's how you submit. All right? So when you put the proposal together, you're going to follow the instructions, how they want, whatever documents they want you to add. And then how do you send the proposal? Most people don't know this. How do you send a proposal? Once again, however they ask you to send it. But usually, about 98% of the time, you're going to send an email. That's why there's only 3 qualifications to qualify to be a federal concierge. You have to know how to talk on the phone, you have to know how to use the internet, and you have to know how to send an email. Because the majority of the time, when you are working solicitations and submitting, you're going to be sending emails. Your communication is going to be an email. Yes, federal concierge is the best way to go. The best way to go. So let's get into how the process works. Okay. If you guys got questions, if anything I say you don't understand, if I didn't break it down good enough, go ahead, please put in the comments because I am here to answer your questions, guys. Like, I'm not just here for my health. I am trying to, blow up. But if you got questions, go ahead and put them in the comments because I'm going to answer them. Okay. Now we're getting ready to see, based on how I go about working a solicitation. I'm going to go through some information on how I work a solicitation and how I find and what I do when it comes to submitting. Okay. So once again, I will be sharing my screen on YouTube and Facebook. Unfortunately, TikTok, I cannot share my screen with you. But if you want to head over there, you can do that as well, or you can just listen because I will be explaining. All right, guys, here we go. So as you can see, I am on sam.gov. And the first thing first, this website, you don't have to be logged in, okay, to see what the government is asking. You do not have to be logged in to see what the government is asking. Also, thank you for the follow. If you guys are not following me before I get into this, I'll be forgetting y'all. Thank you, Jewel, for reminding me. Please hit that follow button. Please hit that subscribe button because I want to grow my following. If you guys do not interact with me, TikTok and YouTube and Facebook will never push me out to the people who are looking for me. And I know people out there looking for me. So help me by hitting that follow button, hit that share button, because right now we're actually going through the process of breaking down government proposals and how to submit. So hit that share button if you know somebody who's interested in it and you know that they would value this information. Please hit that share button, hit that like button, keep hitting that like button so that I can get pushed out. And make sure you guys comment and ask questions, because if you guys don't, I'm getting off first. And then second, YouTube and TikTok and Facebook or whatever is not going to think my content is any good because nobody's saying anything. So don't make this a quiet live. Okay. I don't like talking to myself to begin with. All right. So we're going to see how it goes. And if it don't go, I'm getting off. I'm just telling you. All right. So sam.gov, sam.gov is a website you can, this is where the government is going to post all of their information, okay? They're going to post everything that they want on here. Now, in order to find the things that sam.gov wants, I mean the government wants, and remember, this is not just, when I say government, I mean all the entities, Department, DOD, Interior, Navy, Air Force, like everybody. I don't even know how many departments there is. Every single body on every single government body is on sam.gov. This is where they post their needs. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna search. You're gonna go to sam.gov and you're gonna search. Once again, you do not have to be logged in. I highly recommend you get logged in because there's a couple of features that you can do if you're logged in. But you can sign up to sam.gov right now. Doesn't cost you anything. So you're going to go to the search bar, okay? And then we're going to find what the government is looking for. Y'all, we might see some crazy stuff because the government be asking for some crazy stuff, y'all. Y'all seen my video earlier. They was asking for water bottle service. Like water? Like you want people just to deliver water. So when you go to the search, you're going to see these bubbles pop up, right? And you're going to click on contracting because we're looking for contracts. So the government is trying to contract out with other small businesses. So that's the button you're going to hit. So you're going to hit contracting. And then, of course, there are all types of contract awards, subcontract, of course. I never seen that one. Other transactions, but we want the opportunities. We want the ability to bid. So we're going to go to contracting opportunities. Okay, guys, we're doing this in real time, so you can follow along with me or not. Okay, contracting opportunities. All right. Now, because sam.gov is weird, and I don't know why it's weird, and it's always done this for the past 3-4 years that I've been doing this as well. In order to populate the list, you have to use a filter. Most people just click inactive and it'll populate the list. I'm not going to do that because I want to show you what the government is actually looking for. So I'm just going to go to the filters and post anything that's due next week. So we can kind of see what the government is asking for. And then we're just going to go through the list and decide what to pick. Now, some people ask me, well, how do you decide what solicitation to pick when you're on sam.gov? Like, how do you decide which one you're going to work? It's real easy. My method is whatever sounds interesting. But honestly, you don't have to do too much thinking about it because guess what? You're not doing the work. So it doesn't matter what you pick because you're going to find somebody else to do it. Who cares what you are doing? Who cares? Because you're going to find somebody else to do it. So you're going to go through the list. I'm gonna yell out some things that I'm seeing. And you're gonna decide which one you want to do. Now, guys, once again, I'm gonna say this again. Y'all gotta start participating. Y'all gotta start asking questions. I am on sam.gov right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and start commenting. Because if I don't get some comments, I might have to get off. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. All right. So what kind of thing? What? Oh, okay. I thought that meant a beehive. Okay, so let's just go through some of the things sam.gov is asking. So we got surgical instrument repair and maintenance. So they're looking for somebody to repair and maintain surgical instruments, right? They got, let's see. Transportation services. Ooh, what's this? Let's take a look at that because I'm literally looking for myself right now, for real, for real. Let me see. Ooh, they want the rental of commercial vehicles to support an exercise in Peru. So they just want somebody to rent 20 passenger vans, box trucks, or full size SUVs and pickup trucks with professional drive. Okay, so they want a driving service. These services are needed to support 24-hour daily operation, medical readiness, and emergency. Okay, so they basically want excuse me, they basically want you to provide rental vehicles that could be either a 20 seat passenger van, sorry, a box truck, full size SUV, and a pickup truck with all qualified professional drivers. So they want you to rent a car, have a driver so that they can do whatever exercise that they're doing in Peru. Very interesting. This is the kind of stuff that they're asking for. Ambulance ambulance rental. An ambulance rental. They want to rent out an ambulance. See, government contracts are not just weapons and construction. It be other stuff too. Dredging. Dredging, that's when you dig in the ground. And yeah, it does sound interesting, right? We ain't even halfway through. Y'all gonna be like, they asked for what? Laundry services in Ohua. I don't. I'm assuming that's in Hawaii. I don't know how to say that. Dental chairs. They want dental chairs and associated dental equipment. So all I'm buying is equipment for the government, like dental equipment for the government. That's it? Are you serious? That's a solicitation? Yes, it is. They from the smallest things they asked for to the largest thing. I mean, the government asked for everything. That's why when you guys are freaking out, like, what should I pick? What should I pick? Just go any, mini, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If he holler, let him go any, mini, miny, mo. And pick one. That's all you got to do is pick one. Because remember, as a federal concierge, we're not doing the work. So I don't care what they're asking for. I don't care what they ask for. So let's pick one. Let's look. Let's look. Janitorial service. Of course, they're gonna have janitorial services and HVAC, landscaping. That's all like that's all regular stuff, right? I'm trying to find something like cool. I've had video games. The government asked for video games before, right? That's crazy, right? Okay, commissionary ceremony or support. I'm not sure what that is. Um, mouse. Look at this mouse rack and cages. They want a mouse rack. What you doing with mouses? Oh, what you not mouses, not mouses, y'all. What you doing with mice? What are you doing with mice that you need a rack and cages for? Look at the weird stuff they asking for. That's crazy, right? They got some fencing construction. They have they want rubber boots. Hazmat coveralls and rubber boots. Are you kidding me? You can literally go online right now. Matter of fact, let's do that one. You can go online right now and look that up and submit. They want hazmat coveralls and rubber boots. They ask for clothes, they ask for shoes, they ask for food, they ask for all of this stuff. This is for a total small business set aside. Remember, guys, you are total small business. You are always total small business automatically when you register in SAM.gov. You could have other certifications as well, but you're in total small business. Yeah, I mean, it's right there in Sam. It's right there in Sam. Like literally, I know you're not watching me on YouTube, but if you go there, all you gotta do is search for it and then go through the pages. I know a lot of people. I'm not saying this you, but a lot of people only look on the first page. Look at all the pages. Look at all the pages. The juicy stuff being like page 722. And y'all just looking at page 1 through 10. Everybody and their mama looking at page 1 through 10. Go to page 2562. Like scroll down. Go down. I'm telling y'all will see the weirdest stuff. Let me just tell you a quick story. I have seen some weird stuff. I have seen the government ask for a brain, a human brain. I have seen the government ask for body parts. I have seen the government ask for, then this is the weirdest thing, deer, like, deer, sperm. They wanted the sperm of a deer. What the you doing with that? I don't know. I ain't asked questions. I didn't go after that one because where am I gonna go to find deer sperm? And who is pulling sperm from a deer? I'm telling you, it be the stuff on the pages nobody be thinking about. Okay. And then another bonus too, going to page 7,622 is that nobody is going to 7,622. So you don't maybe have a lot of competition either. Okay. So this one we're looking for hazmat coveralls and rubber boots. It's due August 21st. So I still have time to do it. Okay. Let's see what they're looking for. Now, I'm showing you a solicitation right now. I know this is confusing to you guys when you're reading this because you're like, what am I looking at? Like, what is all of this? I don't know what none of this stuff mean. What am I looking at? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, I gotta share the screen. My bad. There we go. All right. Why y'all ain't say see YouTube? I'm about to get off because y'all ain't even say I wasn't sharing the screen. Like y'all need to talk to me. Shoot, y'all making me mad. Okay, so this is a solicitation. This is the solicitation page. This is what it's gonna look like. Okay. Yep. You just go and pick one. You can literally just go and pick a solicitation to work on. It doesn't matter because as a FC, a federal concierge, we do it all because we don't do it. You get it? We can do anything the government is asking for because we're not actually doing the physical work. We're going to find somebody else to do it. So, like I said, you can go on sam.gov, pick page 10,627 and go 20 down and pick that one because you're going to find somebody else to do it. So, yes. Okay, so this is a solicitation page. This is what it looks like. It gives you, oh, nope. Sorry, not that one. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let me make sure it's the right page. Okay, it's the right page. Okay, so hazmat coveralls and rubber boots. All the government is asking for you to do is to provide a hazmat coverall and rubber boots. That's it. Now, once again, yes, this is a product because there are two different types of solicitations, a product and a service. Products are things you buy clearly, and then services are things that's done over time, over a certain period of time, or over, one time, whatever. So you have to decide which one you want to work. I recommend if you're just starting off, do services because services are easier. As no, not necessarily easier. They're reliable because it allows you to have continuing income over a course of a year, 2 years, 5 years, right? Products is good money. It be like, and products can be a lot of money at once too. Products is good money, but once it's over with, you got to go look for the rest. Like you got to go search again, right? You want something that continues on. So I do recommend starting off with services first. But hey, get into products too. This is a product. Hazmat coveralls and overall boots. So when you're looking at a solicitation, first and foremost, always make sure that the due date. I used to do this all the time. I used to be working on a solicitation and then the doggone due date was 2 days ago. And I did all this work and I can't even submit it because I didn't pay attention to the due date. Pay attention to the due date. Okay. So this is due August 21st. I think I might actually work this one, right? Also, remember, you are a total small business set aside. So when you're looking at a solicitation, make sure it's your set aside. There are solicitations out there that are women-owned business, veteran-owned, other certifications that you may not qualify for. And if you don't qualify for it, you can't bid on it. Or I mean, you can bid on it, but you're not going you're going to be disqualified because it's only for those certifications. Okay. That's in this section right here, the classifications. All right. So let's see. So the description kind of sometimes give you the information, but they don't always. But the main thing you want to look at is the specifications, right? The scope of work. What do they need? How many do they need? What it needs to look like? What sizes they need? That's what we need to get into. So when you're on a solicitation page, look, please. This is the order. Make sure it's the due date is good. Make sure it's your set aside. Read the description to see if the information is in there, and then head straight to the documents. Okay. Now this one has 3 documents. Some solicitations be having like 35 documents. Don't freak out. Do not freak out and be like, oh, I'm gonna go find another one. You could do that, but don't do that because there are only 3 documents that you need to be worried about. 3 documents that you need to be worried about. The scope of work, which tells you what needs to be done in the job. The pricing sheet tells you how the government wants you to price it, and the instructions to offer tells you how the government wants you to submit it. Those are the only 3 documents that you really got to worry about. So if you can find those 3 documents, all the other documents are irrelevant at this point in time. Okay. So let's look at the specifications. Let's see what they're asking for because I really might bid on this one. So I'm going to download it and see exactly what they're looking for. All right. So if you see on my screen, let me make sure it's sharing my screen. Yes, it's sharing my screen. Okay. So if you see on my screen, they are looking for, okay, it's a good amount of numbers. So that's like 20, 60, 100, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 2, 3, like 200, almost up to 250 items. Okay. So they're looking for coveralls, medium orange, cover 20 of those. They're looking for rubber boots, men's size 6, knee green, up to the knee green. Y'all, this is so easy. Yo, seriously, I'm working on this one. I'm about to work on this one. This is so easy. So, all right. Now, as a federal concierge, how do we okay, so I don't have this stuff in my house. I don't have overalls and I don't have knee boots. So how am I gonna find how am I gonna provide this to the government? Well, I'm going to go search for a company that has hazmat suits and rubber boots. And how do you do that? Well, I'm just going to go to Google. Remember, the qualifications that you need to be a federal concierge is what? You got to be able to talk on the phone. You got to be able to use the internet, and you got to be able to send an email, right? This is the using the internet part. I'm going to go search for somebody, a company who has these items. I'm going to go search for them. Google hazmat suits and rubber boots company or companies that sell hazmat suits in XYZ area. And then I'm going to go look them up. And then I'm going to call them and ask them, can you give me a quote for this product? Let me see when this was due. This was, it was published yesterday. Oh, I'm for sure doing this. I'm for sure doing it. I'm for sure doing this one. But I'm gonna call a company to see if they have if they have this. And they're going to have it because this is regular, like this is not nothing specialized. This is a hazmat suit and rubber boots. That's it. So I'm gonna call the company. I'm gonna send them this because when it is a product, you can send and it has like exactly what it needs, like the size, you can actually just send that over to the subcontractor. But if it is if it is a service and they have like different things that need to be done, you need to break that down. Don't just send that over to the government. I mean to the subcontractor. But I'm gonna send the subcontractor this and I'm gonna wait for them to give me a quote. I'm gonna wait for them to give me a quote. And then once I get that quote back, let me go back to the Once I get that quote back, then is the fun part. Ow, 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 ow. Comes the fun part, and that's putting your money on top. So I'm going to take what I want to make, and I'm going to put my money on top of that quote. Okay. Now there are different ways to put your money on top, right? But you want to be able to maximize how much you get. So make sure you figure out how to do that. Okay. So you're gonna put your money on top. So say this is a one-time delivery, right? Because they just want to deliver. So this is a one-time delivery. I don't know how much hazmat suits cost, but they want almost like 250 of them. So I would say, I don't know, guys, throw out a number. How much do you think 250 hazmat, not 250, but a total of $250, I mean 250 items for rubber boots and hazmat suits? How much do y'all think that costs? Throw out a comment what you think that would cost. 250 total for hazmat suits and rubber boots, right? So we know rubber boot, like this is like equipment. So a hazmat suit might cost, matter of fact, you can even just look it up too. Don't use AI to look it up. Okay. I know y'all running over to AI to be like, how much does a hazmat suit cost? I mean, you can, but please, y'all, do me a favor. Learn how to do this first before you use AI. It annoys me if people jump straight to AI because it's so easy. Learn how to do it first, because if AI goes down, you in trouble. But how much do you think hazmat suits cost? What do you think, like $120 per suit? You think that's normal? If it's $100 per 100, let's just say $120 per suit. Okay, cool. And then rubber boots that go up to the knee. So it's the big old long ones that go all the way up to the knee. So rubber boots cost what? Mm, $65. It's just a regular hazmat suit, a orange hazmat suit. There's extra large, large, small. Um, Actually, it's a poly. Oh Lord, polyphene. I guess I don't know how to pronounce that. Hazmat suit. It's not ain't yo, you asking really good questions. So that's another thing. I'm glad you brought up that, because when you're working a solicitation, sometimes the government don't be giving you enough information. They just be like, "We want hazmat suits, go get them." They don't tell you what color, they don't tell you what size, they don't tell you what type of material, whether it's disposable or not. And sometimes you left like the fuck? Like, okay, you gonna give me some more information so I can figure out the cost? What you're doing right now is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're asking questions that you need to know that would affect pricing. Disposable. Are these hazmat suits disposable? You want disposable ones, or you want the ones that they can rewash and reuse? That's a great question. And you know what happens when you have questions about the solicitation that you're working on? You send it to the contractor, you send it to the contract officer. It's their job to answer these questions, because that could affect pricing. If it's disposable versus if they can reuse it, that affects pricing. That affects pricing. All those questions that you're asking, those are perfect questions when it comes to working a solicitation. Guys, it's not always just about getting a quote, whatever the government asks me, let me just get the quote. You guys got to think. Use your head, use your brain, use your thought. If you're reading a solicitation and you're like, okay, well, how many square feet or what color paint do they need? Like, they're not giving you the information for you to be able to get an effective quote. If you are the person that will be given the quote, those are the questions you should be asking. A lot of people be like, well, I don't know what to ask. How am I supposed to get the quote? You get the quote by calling them, but you got to give the subcontractor the information. And if you're reading, which is important to do, the scope of work, if you're reading the scope of work, you should be asking and researching. Yes. Yes. Dang, 5K. God dog. Seriously? Cecilia says a hazmat suit could cost 5K. I said $150. She said 5K. Oh my God. I mean, yes. I mean, it's protecting you from like chemicals. So yeah. Wow. I did not think that. That was crazy. But that's a good deal if it's 5K. Shoot. They want up to 20, 40. They want about 100 to 150 of them. That's a good deal. Wow. Okay. That's exciting. You just made me really excited. Okay, so but those are good questions. So guys, don't just take the government at its at its scope of work. If there's stuff missing in the scope of work, please reach out to the contract officer and send it to them. Let me see. Let's see, Cecilia, if it's disposable or not. Because I think I'm actually gonna work this one. Let's see. Polyolilifane. Polyofin. Polyofin. Alphatic. I don't know what that is. But I'm gonna call. I don't have. This is the thing. I don't have to know what it is. I'm just gonna call the contract. I mean, the subcontract to be like, look, this is what they need. What is this? I don't know. That's what they need. So I'm going through the solicitation right now, guys. You're looking. Oh, you're not looking at my screen. My bad. My bad. My bad. Let me. I keep forgetting. I gotta switch the tabs. So I'm looking at the solicitation. This is the document that you'll be going through. You can, as you see, I'm going through it fast because I know what I'm supposed to be looking for, right? And it doesn't say whether it's disposable or not. So that's a question I will be sending to the contract officer on Monday. Thank you, Cecilia. I really appreciate that question because I'm really about to work this solicitation. But anyway, so once you get the quote, then you decide how much money you're going to put on top. Okay. Then once you put the money on top, there's this special instructions, special instructions. How do I submit this proposal? How am I supposed to submit? What am I supposed to do? Well, there is this document called instructions to offer. Okay. Instructions to offer. And if you can see my screen, I ran into the instructions to offer. Let me see if I can find it again. Right here. This is what they want. They want a technical capability, the pricing sheet, and when you can deliver it. So as you can see, y'all, there's no special proposal documents. There's no special forms you got to fill out. They saying, hey, when you send this proposal to me, I want the technical capability and the technical capability of your company, what you do, how you do it, okay? I want your pricing for this information for these suits, and I want to know when you're gonna deliver it or what's your delivery schedule. You put all of that together, and bam, now you have a proposal. Now you have your proposal. That's it. 3 documents is all they asked for. And y'all worried about what about my past performance, or what about this, or what about that. Only follow what they're asking you for. They are actually asking for a technical capability. So you're gonna give them the technical capability statement. They're asking for pricing, the pricing sheet. And then when are you gonna deliver it? That's it, y'all. That's all they're asking for. Okay. And then once you get that information, you're gonna put all that together in Adobe. Now, guys, let me give you some tips. Adobe is the product that you need to use when you're doing government contracting, because you got to sign stuff, you got to move stuff out, organize pages, and if you don't have Adobe, you it's going to be a little difficult, okay? Cuz majority of the stuff is a PDF. I recommend purchasing the program Adobe. Get an older version. Y'all don't have to buy a brand new Adobe version. Okay, get an older version that allows you to edit and sign, and that's all you really need. Don't get a subscription because then they're gonna overcharge you because like The Adobe version is like 100, maybe $100, and then they're gonna charge you, a subscription that's gonna cost over $100 to keep it. So just go get like Adobe 99. Oh, maybe not 99. Get like Adobe 2010 and call it a day. Okay. All right. But that is how you submit. We just literally went over. I'm gonna save this because I am actually gonna do this one for real, for real. Okay. And that is how you submit. We just literally went over a solicitation, how to submit, what they are asking for, what to ask, what to see, what to look for, what items you're going to be adding in your proposal. We just went over it. Now what? What do we do now? We move on to the next one. We go find another one. That's how the process works. That if you want to win contracts, that's what you need to do. You work a solicitation, you get the quote. Now I'm gonna call Monday. I'm gonna start calling for companies on Monday, and it just got posted yesterday. So I'm good to go. So I'm gonna start calling for a company on Monday, and I'm gonna try to get some quotes. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all a little inside scoop. Products is very easy to do. I know I said when you first start, do services because you want that continuous money, but products really is a one-time job. Get the quote, submit it, win it, get it delivered, get paid, and then your hands are done. But then you got to go after more and more and more and more. Products are really easy because getting a quote for a product is super easy. All you got to do is call a company and be like, "Hey, how much does it cost for this?" And they're going to be like, "Oh, it costs this. And now you got a quote. It's the easiest way to get a quote. I'm really gonna do this, y'all. I'm really working this one tomorrow. I'm really gonna be working this one. This is dope. This is dope. I didn't think I was gonna, but that was dope. Okay, but that's it, y'all. That's how government contracting work. We just broke down how government proposals work and how to submit. Plain and simple, easy peasy. Now look, y'all can do this on your own. You can take the information I gave you tonight and you can actually apply it to your next solicitation. Easy peasy. On your own, you can do it. You can do the research, you can do all of that. But there is a different way because it seems like when we supposed to be doing stuff on our own, we don't really do it. Just like me, I'm supposed to be working out and I'm not really doing it, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I did. I cleaned up my gym downstairs, so I'm working out tomorrow. But we know how we be when we left to our own motivation. We don't. We don't, right? So how about if there was an opportunity to actually go through this entire process, how to search, how to break down the documents, what to say to subcontractors and how to talk to them, and talking to subcontractors, how to put a proposal together and submitting. What if I said there was an opportunity where you can do that live in person with me? Would that be something you would be interested in attending? Well, if it is, I have a beautiful, beautiful surprise for you because I have an upcoming workshop, September 22nd. Proposal Pro Academy presents how to build and submit your next government proposal in just 3 days. So many people are in SAM.gov for years on years on years and have not submitted one single proposal because they don't know where to start. They keep renewing their registration, but they just don't submit. I'm going to walk you through the entire process. And guess what? At the end of the workshop, you will be walking out of that workshop with a real eligible proposal that you could win. Just like some of the other participants who've attended to my workshop have won. They walked in, paid for a ticket, and walked out a week later, maybe, with a 5-figure with a 5-figure award. You can't beat that. Listen, if you are ready to stop doing this alone and you want some hand holding, you want some one-on-one attention, how to build and submit your next government proposal in just 3 days is the workshop for you. All right. Right now, tickets are on sale and we're running a special pricing for the fast action takers. People who know, you know what? I'm getting ready to invest in myself. I'm worth it. I'm going to learn this skill and I'm going to perfect it and I'm going to be successful. For those people who want to act fast and know this is what you need, there is a special pricing for you, but it will not last. It lasts until August 31st. So you have until August 31st to get $500 off the original ticket pricing. $500 off the original ticket pricing. Secure your seat. It's time to submit. No more thinking about it. No more, I'm gonna do it later. No more, I'll do it tomorrow. Let's submit together. The entire process from start to finish. That's what you get in this workshop. And also, I've posted and I will be posting some snippets of a participant from my last workshop. I will be posting that participant and what they said about the workshop. So don't believe me. Go watch them. My YouTube is the same thing as my TikTok is the Proposal Pro Coach. I have to be thinking about it sometimes. The Proposal Pro Coach. Go over there. Go follow me. Go subscribe. Right now, I'm showing the screen to the workshop. Right? Okay. This is the workshop you need to be. There's no other workshop like this. Okay. If you're ready to stop playing around and start making things happen, this is the workshop you need to be. Dallas, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th, 3 days is what you need to walk out with a submitted proposal. All these months that you've been trying, all these years you've been trying, we're going to get it done in 3 days. Guaranteed, everybody walks out with a submitted proposal. So make sure you go secure your tickets. And hey, if you got additional questions, we do have funding available through a firm and through a in-house payment plan. So money is no money should not be an excuse. You're worth this. You are worth doing this for yourself and you will not regret it. All right? All right, so before I get out of here, oh, he just came for TikTok. Yay! That's great. Thank you. Make sure you follow me, Conscious. Okay, make sure you follow me. Subscribe here on YouTube too. Now, on YouTube and Facebook, I'm able to share my screen. Unfortunately, on TikTok, I cannot. You just got to hear me talk and I'll talk it out. But yeah, I get to share my screen. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, before I get out of here, any questions? I don't care what the question is. Any questions that you have? Ooh, my phone got 9% left. So y'all better hurry up and ask the question. Any questions that you have, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes and then I'm out because 9 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Yes, see the screen. Will this live stay? Yes, the live will be up. It will go. It is posted on the YouTube page and it is posted on the Facebook page. Go follow me on Facebook too if you I know people don't like use Facebook a lot. But the Proposal Pro Coach everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, although I don't really use LinkedIn. I don't really know how to use LinkedIn. But all of that's on there. Okay, so go follow me on there. I will be going live every single night, 8 p.m. And I'm very proud of myself because I've been consistent going live because I have not been going live. Just like you're going to be consistent once you come to this workshop and learn how to submit, and you're going to be submitting every week. Guys, all you need to do is submit once a week. until you get your rhythm, and then you can start submitting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a week or whatever you want to do. Right? Get your rhythm. This is for you. Don't think this is too much. You deserve this. Okay? Go secure your tickets. If you got questions, I was saying, if you got questions, you can always go to my link tree, book a phone call, book a call with me, and we'll discuss. We'll see where you are. It's a strategy call. We'll see where you are and what your next steps are. Okay? So go to the link in my bio or in the description. Go book a phone call and let's talk. Let's just have a conversation. Let's see. Okay? All right, guys. Well, since there is no questions, since I got to threaten y'all to ask and participate, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming over to Tip from TikTok. This live will be up. I don't know how long it takes to be up or whatever, but it will be up. So I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. Come with y'all questions, please. Because I can only teach so much. It's much better when you guys actually participate in the live. Okay. And make sure you hit that follow button in that share. Y'all gotta share my stuff or people are not gonna pop up. All right. Thank you for the likes. For whoever gave me all them likes. Thank you. Because that helps push me out as well. All right. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. If you're going out tonight, I mean it's kind of late. I'm kind of old. But if you are going out tonight, be safe. Okay, watch your drinks. All right. Ooh, my phone. Ooh, I'm at 5%, y'all. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me turn the thing back up. All right, y'all. It's about to die. Wait, go up. It's not letting me do it. Oh, there we go. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up off here TikTok. My phone about to die. Thank you, YouTube. I'll see you later. All right. Okay, TikTok. I'm out. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Go get your ticket. Stop playing with yourself. I mean, that did not sound right. Whoa, my bad. Stop playing with your future and go get your ticket to how to submit your next government, how to build and submit your next government proposal in just 3 days. Come see me in Dallas, September 22nd. I will be there and I hope to see you there too. Have a good night. Bye, guys. Ooh, my phone about to die. Ooh, I'm at 4%, y'all. Bye. I don't know why I did end it. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Bye.